When selling your home, it's important the right buyers will see it. So exposure is going to be key. Now there's going to be a lot of ways that you can get exposure on your own. You can put it on Marketplace or Kijiji. You can hold open houses. You can put a sign in the front yard and hopefully people will call. But a lot of that is going to take your time and sometimes it's going to take your money. So we like to do all of that. We handle that for our clients. But then real exposure, real marketing is going to take a large financial investment and a large time investment. So what do we do? What do we do to sell your home? People ask that question. You likely know the benefits of a real estate agent. The MLS system is the juggernaut. It's where buyers go and sellers go to sell their houses and buyers go to buy houses. So what is the MLS system? The MLS system is a system of every listing that realtors look through, and it goes to realtor.ca. So buyers who aren't working with realtors can look on realtor.ca, and then it's sent out to all of the websites across the internet who have IDX controls on their website. So all of the realtors that have buyers are looking at your property online through the MLS system. I always compare it to a car dealership. Now, if you have a BMW and there's a BMW dealership, you can sell your BMW by yourself. You can put it in your garage, you can put it online, you can get buyers to come out and look at your car and, kick tires. They're probably unqualified, unmotivated. Maybe they would buy your car for a certain price, a low price. Obviously, they're gonna want it lower than if it was at the dealership because that's why they're looking online and not at a dealership itself. But who could sell your car for more money? You out of your garage with unqualified buyers, or a BMW dealership who has buyers coming into their store looking for BMWs every single day. Of course, they're going to be able to sell the car for more money. Of course, they're going to have way more exposure and way more qualified buyers. Well, real estate is the same thing. You could put a sign in your front yard and likely get somebody to come and call you about it, but are they qualified? Are they motivated? Would they pay your price? And maybe they know you're not represented by a real estate agent, so they want to save the commission when you're trying to save the commission. So it's a lot like that. You really want to have somebody who has the exposure, who has buyers who are specifically looking for houses like yours, and they're going to bring you a buyer more often than not. But don't get confused. Not all real estate agents are the same as well. Some real estate agents are just going to put a sign in your front yard, put it on MLS, and hope and pray that one of those real estate agents brings a buyer, or they get a call from the sign in the front yard and the buyer comes that way. But you could do that on your own just by putting a sign in the front yard. So that's not enough. Putting a sign in the front yard and putting it on MLS is not going to maximize the sales price, it's not going to maximize the time, and it's not going to end up in the least amount of hassles. So how do we get exposure? How do we get that exposure for your property to maximize that sales price, to maximize the amount of exposure, and to get that true buyer who's going to pay the most amount of money possible? One thing I've learned in this business is people don't believe what you tell them, they believe what they experience. So I don't want to tell you everything that we do. I want to show you what we've done in the past for homes just like yours and how our exposure ended up in a higher sale price and selling in a quicker amount of time. So here's a property right here behind me. I don't know if you can see in the background, but I'm going to send you this as an example so that you can go through it. This is 20791 90th Ave in the West End. It was a bungalow, very sought after neighborhood, very sought after type of property. So what we did is we implemented our 24/7 extreme exposure marketing plan. That's what we call it, the extreme exposure marketing plan, because we get the exposure the most amount of places possible. So this is what it resulted in. So we had 3 offers presented. This was a multiple offer situation. We had 3 offers presented. 2 of them came from our marketing, from our team, and 1 from another real estate agent. So we do have that option. It can come from another real estate agent, it can come from our team. So this one happened to have 2 offers from our team and 1 from another real estate agent. So to back it up from there, what happened? Well, we had 21 team showings. This came from our coming soon ads, our lead generation, 21 team showings, right? 10 realtor showings. So we almost did double the amount of showings with our team as other real estate agents. But this is still a lot. This is 30 showings. This is a lot of showings for a property. There was 212 MLS hits. So what is an MLS hit? An MLS hit is where a real estate agent is looking at the property, or a real estate agent has one of their buyers set up on a property. So it's either a real estate agent hit or a buyer hit. So 212 people looked at that property on MLS or on realtor.ca. So what did our marketing do compared to that 212 person exposure? Well, we had 440 Facebook leads. As you can see here, 440 Facebook leads, and we spent a total of $820. Why would we do that? Why would we spend a lot of money out of our budget or out of our commissions on a budget for advertising? Well, number one, it gets you exposure. Number two, it gets our team exposure. So it's mutually beneficial for both of us. It's getting the exposure for our team, but it's also getting the exposure for your exact listing. So the reach was 55,000. So those MLS hits that you could see people working with real estate agents, 212. Our reach was 55,000 people. So that's pretty amazing. We're hitting a large number of people, 55,000 people. The property was only on the market for 23 days. So 55,000 people in 23 days is pretty amazing. So as you can see, 440 leads versus 212 hits. It doesn't even compare. So this is what we really like to do. And so what was the result? Well, we had a multiple offer situation. The property was listed at $649,000, which is a pretty high price point. It wasn't even that competitive at the time, but $649,000 sold for $652,500. So over asking price. This is amazing. This wasn't because of the COVID rush or any of the rush that was going on in the real estate market. This came from pure exposure. Everybody that looked at the property came from our exposure. Even the realtor that came in and brought the offer said that his client saw it online and sent it to him. So our exposure did everything for this listing. So we've done that for a lot of listings. This is kind of our strategy that we would implement for your listing or any listing. Sometimes it takes more money, sometimes it takes more reach. We do advertise in Vancouver, Toronto. You've likely heard that a lot of people are moving out here from down east or out west. And so we take advantage of that. We have ads, it's called a property promoter ad, which we send out to people in Toronto saying, this is what you can buy in Edmonton. And people love it. We're getting a ton of leads from out there because nobody advertises in Toronto for Edmonton listings. Because why would you? Well, because there's a whole bunch of people moving out here. So we like to do that. It's got us a lot of success. We probably 20 to 30% of our business last year came from out of province buyers. So why not advertise to those people and show them why it's better in Alberta to buy real estate, right? So if you have any questions about this, obviously this is a generic overview. We would break down and make a strategic marketing plan specifically for you. But if you have any questions about this, reach out to me or someone on the team. Have a great day.